Altendorf.
Yeah. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Representative. This is interesting to me. I had seen a video on artificial intelligence where they literally listened to someone's voice for, I mean, it was a short time, like 20, 30 seconds. And then they were able to duplicate that voice. And so at the same time, it was completely fascinating to me. And it was also horrifying to think of what people could do with that. So my question to you, Representative, is are you aware, is this happening, or is this just kind of being preemptive to try to stop something that might be happening in the future?
Representative Stevenson.
Mr. Chair, Representative Altendorf, I am aware that both components of this bill are happening in the world, that there have been deepfakes created for the purposes of influencing political speech, and also, even here in Minnesota, that there have been instances of deepfakes being used in a revenge porn type situation. So unfortunately, I'm not aware of deepfakes being used to influence an election in Minnesota 60 days before an election. That, I think, is entirely sort of prophylactic. But unfortunately, the pornographic piece of this is already real in Minnesota.
Okay.
Representative Altendorf.
One more question. Thank you, Chair. Representative, one more thing, just out of curiosity then, do you know, so say this deepfake is put out there, like what is the tracing ability to find out the source of where that came from? And just taking a really weird twist on this, could a campaign or something actually do it against themselves to try to, I mean, could there be this weird unintended consequence where, but the question is, how can we trace that, like where the source came from?
Representative Stevenson.
Thank you, Representative. Is this going to open us up to some gray area? I guess I'm not sure, because again, I'm just thinking of the public, and how do you know it's a deep fake? Because as we're talking about, this is so real. And so that there's a real question of, of the public's knowledge, and how can we put on them this burden to decipher it themselves?